Do you recall those years when you were deemed the most special talent in your area and you were nicknamed after one special talent who has dominated your television screens, or you even heard his name on radio, and the people in your area often decided to call you after that person? I remember Chris Hughton telling me that growing up he was nicknamed Polo. And in recent times you have people describe young talents as the next Cristiano Ronaldo or the next Messi. But before these men graced our screens and made an impact in us, there was a Ghanaian who had a massive impact in every young Ghanaian footballer growing up. So it was not just Chris Hughton who was nicknamed Polo. There were other talents, like the likes of, let's say, Nalerigo Polo, or Walewale Polo, or Nima Polo.
There was Takwa Polo.
There was Takwa Polo as well. So that just clearly tells you that all over the country, he had a name. His name was one of the most dominant in our airwaves. So today on Prime Take, we are speaking to that man who was one of the most special talents Ghana had in the 60s and 70s. Mohammed Polo is my guest here. Thank you very much for your time.
It's a pleasure.
I hope you are doing good.
Not bad.
I read your book, and one of the excerpts of that book clearly defined you as the most talented footballer that Ghana has ever seen. How did you get this talent? Quite natural, or you trained for it?
You've asked a question. You know, when those times that we were playing football,
yeah,
and if I remember very well, it was around where GBC is. You see, behind it, Kanda, there is a fence wall there. There is a field there, and we have a Arabic school just opposite.
Yes.
And we used to go and play football. And that is where the area they play football. There was no coach football there. Coach football is being played at Manchabuana, in the Logan area place, okay. Accra Main Street.
Yeah.
And you can imagine, I was playing with the, older ones, but very young. And they used to come and pick me to go and play coach because I'm a coach player. So you could see that I was a talented player, a gifted, which I just know how to play football because none of my
your
family
lineage or
no, I don't know if somebody played football, but the football, I think that football was given to our generation. So playing football is part of what we love to do, apart from going to the Arabic school. And then it happened that they have to form a team. And that is all how it all came about. And those who were with us, like Anas and one Labaran, they were our seniors. Okay. And they had a chance to go and justify themselves at Accra House of Foods. That was the lotteries.
Oh, okay.
And it worked. So the manager then said, well, if your colleagues, they went to House of Foods at that time. It's not easy. If they can make it, you can also make it. I said, no, I'm not interested. Because I look myself very young. I can't go and disturb myself at that highest level. They said, no, you have to go. I say, well, if my colleagues are there, no, you should take me. But it's not even easy to get to wear a jersey and play. Unless you have somebody, a godfather, somebody around to give you that. I say, you can do it. Say, let's go. So we went there and they were playing. They play. And nobody, I've seen that. somebody, Mohammed Polo is here. Nobody knows me. Then we're sitting there. The guy said, let me go and find out what is that. Well, yes, that is how it has to go. Because you have to get a godfather to, who will talk for you. Because nobody knows me. He went there and said, okay, let's see the boy. So I've also brought a boy. I want you to say, okay, who is the? Let's see him. Then they asked me to come. And when they saw me, they said, what God, this small boy, what is he coming to do? They just give him the chance and see. That day, the training grounds stood still. Because at that time, the senior team have qualified. That was, I'm talking about 72.
Yeah. Okay.
They've qualified and then they are in a camp. The rumor got there that a young boy has come home. And the rivalry between Olympics and House of Ocean. They said, if we leave this boy, now that the people have heard that the boy is a gem, they will go and influence his parents. But they do that too. At that time, so I was asked to go to the camp. And the small boy, I don't know. So it all started in a very mysterious way because it never happens.
Was it destined to happen?
It looks like that. It looks like that because I don't know what I was doing. I played football. But, because I was very, very, young, my area, those who come to watch me, the area people, they have to protect me because, Buga Wumu, because you see giants playing with
Takashi football.
Takashi, and if I'm dribbling, then they will, hey, Masa. Now I face it. I started facing these problems not when I came to, that highest level. I started facing those problems as a target, and well, it's part of a God-given talent. That's why if the talent is given to somebody, we have to encourage to bring it up to the best of it.
Do you recall the year you began playing football? How old were you when you began playing football?
Yes, in fact, our parents are not that. Excuse me. They are not educated.
Yeah.
So they just don't keep records. But our mothers, they will look at an
incident that happened.
And
use that to gauge.
Yes, and then look and say, hey, what's that? So they couldn't refer anything to me, but they referred it to my sister. I came, my sister, followed me. We were 4. My senior brother before me, and then my sister before another. So they refer it because she referred it to those years, that was Independent Day when my sister was born. So she refers to them the age, with 2 years difference.
So as we speak, a specific date of birth for you is not known?
No, it's not known. But House of Folk managed to
to give you a date of birth.
Yes, they gave me a date of birth. That coincides with their with their anniversary. So when House of Folk is 50 years, I'm also 50 years. I'm celebrating my year. So that is how it goes. But funny, you have to go take it that way. But I remember very well, I was then very, very young. So I will be around 16 years, 17 years. Because at that time, we don't play this youth football.
Yeah.
That would have seen me in, at that level. Unfortunately, it was after we have passed that age group, then youth football started coming. And that is always an advantage too.
Polo is a quite dominant name, but reading about you, I saw Alhaji Mohammed Ahmed. How did the Polo come into the picture?
Yeah, it's another story. You know, those days, you know, coming from a very, you know, humble family, very poor, and that time football doesn't make, you know, give you money. We play for the love of it, but we just enjoy playing. So, you know, we always have what do we call an interest. When it rains, you know, there is this these things that come from you know, when it rains in the bush.
Okay. Yeah.
You know this.
They look like some, I don't know how to call them, like widows or something.
Yes,
stuff?
we go and search for it, because that is where you get your, you know, we don't know that is nutritious, you know. This kind of meats and other things, you know, you go there, that is where they come up. So we go there with the older ones, and they take us, we go and then search for it, for them. But at that time it was, you know, that area was getting to the airport area, where they play this polo game on the horse.
Okay. Around airport. Okay.
Around airport, it's still there.
Yeah.
So when we are coming, I enjoy watching, you know, them play. So I stay and watch, and sometimes I come back home late. When they ask, why did you? I was watching polo. I said, what is polo? So this area football that we playing, you know, and at that time area football is very, even today they organize themselves playing area
football is crazy.
Yeah. So there was a match between an area and then a rivalry community, and they needed me, and I told them that, look, this I have to go and watch it. Today is polo, you know, football day. I have to go there and watch. If you want me to play, let me go and come. It's a polo. That is how the name polo came.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So quite an interesting story there. You mentioned something that kind of caught my attention a bit about your family. How would you describe those beginnings of your life?
Yeah, I think you know, Muslim you know, community, we are always restricted because of the religion. Don't do this, don't go this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. So the interest, you know, to go to school even is not there. So my senior brother did not start school early. So it has to go that way, you know, but the Arabic school, and that time it was not Arabic and English. Yeah. They are not in. So if you go in too much, you know, in the secular education, then maybe you become a Christian. That is what they were thinking. Unlike today. So it took some time, and because I was coming up, there was a school that is interested in footballers. This Roman Catholic school. Okay. That's at Nima.
Around where the gutter is?
Yes, Nima.
Okay.
Nima, the main market.
Yes.
Yes. You know this Roman
school? Yeah, there's a church there. Yeah.
That's where I started my primary school. So I go there, and they were playing football. So I enjoy going there. And I was playing football. Small boy, but I was fixing to play. So that's how it started for me to go to school, and even to, you know, go to the level of a primary school to, you know, now today GSS.
Form and
yes, Form 4. Form 4. But I didn't go. There was no Form 4 there, so I have to come to Cote here. for my Form 4. And then I remember, very, very interesting, that time they played these school game, football games. And I was part of a Greater Accra selected team. And we were playing at Tamale. And we have to sit an exam. That was the last day of this Form 4, which is very, very, even today,
yeah.
I was asked, and we were asked to go to camp. So they that was from Form 3 to Form 4. And I'm supposed to, sit the exams from Form 3 to Form 4.
So you can progress to the next.
But because of football, I have to go. And then the exam was over. I came, they said I should repeat. I said, what? I went to see then the head minister. She was mistress. She was a lady. And there was a teacher who loved football. So I went to him. I said, look at what is it? Is the school not proud that a people has been, selected to represent, the whole Accra? And he is asking me to repeat. I said, no. He said, they asked him, if there is something at all, they should look at my class, work, exams and other things. If it's good, and definitely I could have passed. And that is where I was, I was passed, but I didn't sit the exam.
I see.
And the day we have to see the exam for the Form 4 certificate, I don't know what the certificate, because that certificate is also, it values, As what I sat this exam and passed this exam, it should be there. They put it in there. You have to put it in there. At that time, you have to put it in a frame. You have to frame it and put it and show people that because at that time that level is the highest level.
So was that a level you got to, or you proceeded?
Because of football, I couldn't continue. I was given the chance to continue. That was to the secondary school. Because of football, every time they come and take me, go and play football practice. And when I went to Arsenal, they shattered it.
Which year did you go to Arsenal?
72.
So you went to Arsenal 72?
Yeah.
Was it after that training session you spoke about that someone took you there and you were given an opportunity to play?
Exactly.
So how were you signed? Because
we were not signed. That time we don't sign anything. You are not enticed. That's why it's football at that time is purely sacrificial job. The love for it. You just want to wear, especially when you are playing Hearts of Oaks or Kotoko. It's not easy to wear those jerseys. To the extent that you are called to the national team. Surprisingly, I came 72, 73 I was called to the national team. 74 I was the best player in Ghana here. So I became target. I became a target that, it doesn't matter. At that time, it's not like today. Good players, quality players are, they have to be protected.
Yeah.
Because they make the game, interesting. Football is entertainment. If they are not there, at a point in time, if I'm not well, even I have to be injected to play football. Master, we've gone through hell in football in Ghana here.
When you say hell, what does it mean?
Hell, injected. Who will be injected to play? Today's young ones, even if he's so signed, whatever money, if he's injured, he has to be properly treated to come back fully fit. Is that not what is happening today? I remember just recently, Kudus was coming. He came with his, physio to ensure that, he can play. Ours is not like that.
But isn't it also because those days it was not as sophisticated as it is now? We have more medical, or let me say, more scientific way of treating players. So every player or every club has got a medical team in place to protect its players. Maybe at your time, those things were not available.
Yes, we were having medical checkups. If these things are not there, no, you cannot go to Africa when we are going to play, even 1978. The one when we won the cup for keep.
Yeah.
We have to go to medical checkup. And one of the best players was declared unfit. Through medical, he's okay. And that is Kumi. And then I was not fit. I was then not fit. I was feeling, pain in my leg. But I have to play it. I have to go to Eastern Europe tour throughout. We came back, went to Brazil because they wanted us. And I did all this. And when I came back, I was not feeling well. I said it's enough. Because it was an ankle injury. Ankle and knee injury, these are these are sophisticated areas. I was having it here on my. I came and then I couldn't do anything. I decided no. We have players. We have Ajiman Prempe, Kotoko player, and the same Kumitu. They were all lefty. They can equally play my position. Surprisingly, I didn't tell anybody. I picked my bag and went home. It was just a day before the match, and then it was Achampon's time. He came. Achampon has to, is a special assistant. He has, because he has love for football. He is the one in charge of football, but he appointed a special person who just, he
follows the team.
Pardon?
Follows the team or the players.
No, he everything that man, send message to him as the word.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he liaison with him. He tells him whatever it is. So it's straightforward. When he tells him something, it is from him. The communication is straightforward. So if he says this is it. So he came there to encourage the players. And because I was his, I was his one of his idols. When he comes, he see me. He came after talking to the guy, encouraging them. They should have to go. If they go and win, they will be promised. They will get a very. This is what the, Achampo himself, the president has said. If we are able to win and win it for keeps, the award, and we all know that it's houses. After winning it, we were promised houses. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But then I have packed my things and went because I can't do anything. I felt it's too much. And we are going to play with the likes of Tunisia, likes of Nigeria, who play, very hard there. Masa, I went home. The guy, after the meeting, the promise he spoke to the guy, he said, where is Mohammed Polo? You know what the coaches told him? Mohammed Polo has packed his things and went home. And he didn't report that this is what Mohammed Polo has done. Because they want to, have their own players to play. Some of us, we started facing challenges long time ago. Because that players, they are Kotoko. They are almost, Kotoko sympathizers, coaches. So they love, if they feel Kotoko. Once I'm there, as a husband, I'm an impediment to those Kotoko players. Because if I'm there, I'll play. Even with injury, I have to play. I decided, let me pack my things and go home. When the colonel came, Simple Asante, he came and he realized that he came to Nima. You can imagine how Nima was at that time. When you go, even today, it was part of Nima that became Kanda. So behind it, it's still there. That ghetto life, is still there. This this officer came with his car, passed all through this and came like, he asked, where is Polo? They said, hey, now Polo, why are they? What is going to happen? And they called me. I came out. They said, why did you leave camp? I said, I'm not feeling well. You see, if it's something, they should have reported that this is what is happening to me. And I feel I cannot go, or I should be taken to hospital for checkup.
For treatment.
No, I decided because I was being used, without medical attention. But this man, this colonel, he said, no, even you half fit, you are better than somebody who is. That is what he told me. So go and pack your things and let's go. And his order. Soldier man, I told him, I beg him. My mother, especially my mother, she's a trader. She's not in. You should wait for her to go and bring your things. Then go and bring them. I will take your things so that I make sure you come. So I brought my things. He took my things to the camp. And then when my mother came, she came late. I reported it to her that this is what has happened. She gave me the blessing. Go. And I went. The first match, that was the second day. The competition started the next day. And they played. I didn't. That was with Zambia. We nearly suffered a defeat. So they decided, no, Polo must be used. I played all the game without injury. I played all the game. And the influencer, I made the 2 goals, even the last goal that we made. And I remember an incident. Opoku, the later Opoku every year. He was the top striker at that time. With the Nigeria match, a match with Nigeria, he had a collision, bad collision with one of the Nigerian players. The Nigeria player. He has to finish at the hospital, 37 hospital, to survive, to revive him, not to revive him. You could see that he was not in his senses. Look at somebody who is fit, 100% fit. Had a collision like this, and then they have to go and revive him at the hospital. This gentleman, you see that time, I don't know. We have some sort of some commitment, some patriotism. This guy came back and wear the jersey at the last. It's called, because that was, Tunisia match was the semis. Then the finals will be the finals will be with Uganda. Was with Uganda. So he had that collision towards the semis with Nigeria. If we lose that game, we couldn't go to the semis. So we won it. So we advanced to the semi. With Tunisia, he didn't play, and then he came back after this problem that he had. He came back in the Uganda match and scored the 2 goals. You could see that the sort of commitment of those generation. Not today. With all the football that they are playing at that highest level, they are playing quality. They are all quality. They are all playing football at that highest level. And still we don't see the commitment. What is wrong?
We'll get to what is wrong, and I would like your thoughts on that. But you mentioned something which has to do with you being half fit. You were injured, but when you went to come, first game against Zambia, you didn't play, but the rest of the games you played every single thing, or every single game. I've heard stories about how good you were, but I was not privileged to be born around that time to see you play. Just how good was Mohammed Polo? We've heard your stories at House of Oak, your stories at the national team, even to when you went to UAE. Just how good was Polo?
I cannot describe myself, but certain actions describe who Polo is at that time.
What are those?
In the first place, how can you know, somebody say, with even your half fit, your presence is better than somebody who is fully fit. It means there is some sort of, you know, quality. Quality. There is some sort of quality. And you remember the miracle of Elwak?
Yeah.
House of Oaks. You know how the miracle of Elwak came up?
I read that match report by Joe Agri.
You read it from them?
Joe Agri.
No, they were those who rise for it. And they gave me all this. They were those who gave me this. I have almost about, I can't explain. It's in the book. How many accolades? More than 15 accolades. Those interesting ones I can mention is the maestro, wizard, magician, polo to polo. I mean, to the professor, football professor. So names, you know, different. Twice every. Why? Because in every match, you know, what happens in it, different things happen. And that is why God told us that He has 99 names. One, exclusive, no, the one, no, nobody knows it. But we don't know it. But it's in the Quran. And those who read Quran frequently, they meet that word, but they don't know that word. We have 99
names of Allah.
So in every day, is something different that happens with Allah. It's only Allah who listens to everybody at the same time. If somebody can listen to somebody while somebody is talking, that's why I say, hey, you are making noise. This man is talking, we want to listen to him. But if you are talking, this man is talking, Allah listens to everybody. That is why Allah's name has you know, there's nothing like Allah. So nobody should compare, you know, somebody with Allah, let alone Allah as a son. We are not religious, you know, but it's very, very important. Allah is exceptional. Allah can bring anything at all He wants in this world. He can bring out of nothing to something. So some of us, I don't see, you know, I can't tell myself I'm so extraordinary that I'm better than, no. But
in your book,
yes,
I saw before Messi there was Polo.
Exactly.
In your book, I read a portion which said that you would see Mohammed Polo here. By the time you realize Mohammed Polo is in the opposition box, same Polo with the ball, he's able to give a pass even without watching. This clearly suggests that those who saw you saw certain qualities in you. That's why they could describe you like that.
Masa, I'm the only player in Ghana who has played with 4 generations of players. 4 generations. I played with Chamokwe, Sam Johnson, you know, 4 generations. And a player coach. All these I coached them and played with them.
Sika Kuno said when he saw you, I interviewed Sika Kuno on the show, he said when he saw you, he was starstruck.
He was? He was? He's a lefty too. He's a lefty, you know. You see, that's why I'm surprised.
He said, wow, magic. Magic.
That's why I'm surprised. Today I'm a coach. And I want to impart. Sometimes they say, those who play good, wallahi, it's not all of us. Some of us have something special for these younger ones. I feel very sad. Seeing, you see, I wrote something. I feel sad. Ghana football should not be where it is now, especially in this generation, where football has become, you know, lucrative. Money involved. The money that players are making. Are they spending it? When you come, we bring this. You come and spend the money. So when we have players, what makes Brazil economy strong?
Football.
Football. football, they make money and bring it to their country. And it will be spent here. It's not going to be spent anymore. I remember DK Poison. DK Poison earned some money, and then Achampong has to beg him because at that time Ghana economy was something.
That's quite a prominent story out there.
Yeah, you see how much more we have quality players, coming, from professional football, bringing in. Look at the money there, and look at the money a player is making. Is this small money? And why won't we invest in these younger ones? Because the talents are there. We were called Brazil of Africa.
Yeah.
At a point in time. Why? Because they've seen some country. I remember at that time we haven't been to the World Cup. Roger Miller. Roger Miller exploded the world with this sort of.
Yeah.
He said that you haven't seen anything. When Ghana football comes to the world, you will see, real football because they play with strength, but we have flair. Today we want even the strength more than the flair that we have. And somebody is saying no. This is my friend. It's about the quality. Because if you have quality and somebody takes you, the money he pays you, he doesn't pay with somebody who is only having. No. There is quality. Ronaldo's and Messi's, the money they earn is the quality. There are qualities, and the qualities with the money that they earn. So I don't see why we should be struggling. We go and sit.
I think hopefully we should be able to do better. But I just want to stay around the 78 team. I remember a report had earlier suggested that in 78, your group held the nation ransom, making some demands before you played the 78 AFCON, and that it was spearheaded by Reverend Osei Kofi.
No, that was not my generation.
78, you didn't play the 78 AFCON?
Yes, we won it for keeps.
You won it for keeps.
But Osei Kofi was not in our generation.
He didn't play that tournament.
Yes.
Apparently, I remember reading that report from Elizabeth Ohene, who stated that Reverend Osei Kofi actually made demands for the team, and it was one of the reasons why he was not part of the team for AFCON 78.
No, I think at that time it was, he's finished his football. In 78 he was not, but 78 there was nothing like that. 78 there was nothing like that.
You didn't make demands for money?
At all. It was a promise that was given to us after winning that cup. To give a estate of, unfortunately, because all the players are not staying in Accra. Unfortunately, they said they wanted the houses were ready. This Dansumang.
Okay.
The houses were ready. But those who are coming from Sunyani, Cape Coast, Tadi, Kumasi, everybody said he wants that estate, Masa. And then they cook him. Otherwise, would have given the
And so, because of the coup that you didn't get the house?
Yes. It was. If a champion delayed a little before the coup, everybody, but unfortunately, the unfortunate thing is that I wouldn't say that because of the change of government, but the sole reason why we didn't get the housing because everybody wants a house in his region. Now they are going to plan on this thing and build it because at that time it was a pilot program that was in Accra. That estate houses, it was not over. So if we had accepted that everybody is you can come, if you don't want it, you can sell it and go and build it. But the mine was not there, and we lost everything. So nobody demanded. No. We never demanded anything.
And in any case, if a champion made a promise, whether he's there or he's not there, he made a promise at head of state, and as head of state, his word is documented. So 78 groups still could have gotten their houses by virtue of the fact that a champion made a promise.
That is what I'm saying. But nothing like that. Nothing like that is happening. Not but even the appeal that we have to make. And it's fallen on deaf ears.
I remember in 2015, former President John Dramani Mahama had a dinner with the 78 group because you were promised houses and they were never annexed. And they did state that because those promises were made many years ago, it was in fulfillment of that promise. Did that not settle you enough?
No. That was, this 78 squad was promised estate houses. But this one, what did it to those who won the AFCON?
The AFCON.
From 63 to 68. It doesn't reflect to that. He feels...
So it is not enough settlement?
No. It's not enough. This is something that he did, to pacify us as head of a state, which we appreciate it. You understand? But the promise that was done, is not fulfilled. It's to pacify us. And how much is it? You can imagine. Some people even, got the advantage because those who were in a World Cup winning team twice, some people tried. They got even better than some.
So the money was given in pro rata basis. So if you want 2 AFCONs, you get more than someone who wins.
Exactly. So it doesn't work at all. Why? We were promised houses. It doesn't work at all. But we appreciate what and that is what those who were in charge did. That those who were in AFCON who won it. If you are there, you represent the country twice. You get. Even there are some who did not even take part. Were reserves. They got it because he was there to what is it? No.
Do you feel that Mohammed Polo is not celebrated enough?
You see, it's enough.
You've been celebrated?
No, to me.
Yes.
To me, what God has given me to give to the country, I've given it out as a footballer. But what I want to give as a technical person, I've not done it. No, and that is my worry.
So the question is this: whether your talent,
the
service you rendered to Ghana, do you think Ghana has celebrated you enough? Has Ghana celebrated Mohammed Polo for his contribution to the country's football?
You see, you cannot appreciate something that you haven't seen. You appreciate something that you. So what is giving me? I'm still alive. So I'm still being appreciated. Some people, individuals, even though, look, the football that I also played football outside.
Yeah.
I made some money.
I didn't even go to the Saudi.
I made some money. A countryman like a Ghanaian played a hard one, 419 on me. Look, what do we call it? Is it a test? God is testing my faith, or what? All the monies that I made, people have. I wanted to invest, and when I invest, people sit on it. People trusted them to, and there is one who is still alive. I've been to the court and got judgment. And the man is well-known person. It's in Tamale. Popular person. I wouldn't mention his name, but it's the brother of Adam Ibrahim. These are popular, family. You know Adam Ibrahim?
Yeah.
Yes. His brother, one of his brothers. If he has 10 brothers, one of them. So they should know. And I'm coming. Once I'm alive, that money should be given to me.
How much?
Yeah?
How much?
How much? I follow this guy. This thing started in London. I have to go up and down, and got judgment.
How did he get your money?
As a good Samaritan, advising me. Somebody will ask, how did he get your money? somebody will ask.
That's the question I just asked.
Yes. As a good Samaritan, he advised me. I went there. I happened to, go there on holidays, and my wife and the wife, were friends. So I went there. So as men, we were talking, and this thing came up. I said, I'm making money. I've made some money. He advised me that, if you buy a house in London, houses doesn't, depreciate. They always appreciate. If you don't want it, you can sell it. Very good advice. I said, yes, but I'm not staying here. How do I wait and buy the house? You understand? So he said, oh, you go and save the money, which is a good. I save the money. When the house is ready, he will let me know. Then I give orders from the, from the bank.
Were you in UAE then?
I was in UAE then. From the bank, from bank to bank, but because he was the middle person, when we went there, in my name, Masa, that is how he got it. So when I went back to my to UAE, he said later, he has got the house. He wants to buy the house for me. I said, oh, that's good. So I gave a release a note that time, the transaction for him to look. He got the money and bought it in his name. Masa, in his name. How can human being where they soft, do this? And you are still alive, and God will leave you? If I don't get what I want, even if I get what I want, on the judgment day will stand toe to toe again with
How come you got judgment?
I got a judgment in London.
And how come you've still not taken your house?
Yes, when they saw that, they gave the judgment, and I have to go and look, I have to take a lawyer.
A lawyer, okay.
Lawyer over there. They went through the process because I'm not living there. Everything was done and got the judgment, almost £51,000 or so.
You paid £51,000 for the legal process?
Almost, no.
Or for the house?
After the judgment, that was the judgment given to me. The house.
So
the judgment given to me is 51,000, but the money is £35,000. So after all the go here, go there, I think with some interest, it became £51,000 that he has to pay. So how does he pay? So they have to sell the house. Who will sell the house now? So I have to go and get what do we call it?
Couldn't your lawyer sell the house for you?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going. He has to go and look for where the house is. We have to go and look for people to, those who are, and you have to, everything you have to pay. So they got it, and then there is a sort of process that is, I think they informed him. And he quickly, because it is in his name, he sold the house. You sold the house, bring my money, even bring my 35,000, even if you can't pay the
51.
The 51. Bring the 35,000. And this is one farmer. That one too, he didn't come.
Did you tell the court?
Eh?
Did you tell the court that he sold the house but you've not gotten your money?
He ran away from there and I'm not there. So it is in London, it's a dead case there. It has dead. I don't see him. I don't even know where he.
Does this suggest that he's no longer in London?
It's no more in London. It's now in Ghana. So luckily, you see that? I was just going to training at Cote here. There is a football field there.
Yeah.
I was going there. Then I met one of his in-laws. He knows about the matter. Then we greeted. He said, hey, how are you? I said, I'm fine. Have you settled with with my in-law? I said, no, yet. It's not back in Ghana. Oh, yeah? I have to go and take a lawyer to and follow the process to in Ghana here. So everything was transferred to here and follow this process. And the judgment was given to me again. Untuya. Masa, you see how life is. And these are all challenges that, you know.
Do you regret ever agreeing to give him that? Do you regret agreeing to the advice he gave to you that you should buy a house? Do you regret it?
No. It was a good advice. But the end result.
And you didn't benefit.
Yes. The end, I mean, because of, you know, what do you call, you know, bad intention. It has to, the money doesn't belong to you. And you agree, you have to pay. What are you waiting for?
But what sort of relationship did you have with him to the extent that you could trust him to give him money to
I don't
buy a
know
house for
him.
you?
I told you I don't know him.
It is
the wife that I know.
Then it means that it was also poor judgment on your end to give money to someone because of his
I
wife
didn't give the money to him. The money was not. The money was supposed to, you know, to buy the house in my name, and he bought it in his name.
But the money was going to him to buy the house.
No, it was not going to him. It was in the bank. It was in the bank, and the order is to buy the house, you know, in my name. So whether he's buying the car, I think, you know, that was not expelled. That from the bank. Otherwise, the bank should be the best person to do that. You understand? But because he was the middle person to take me to the bank, you know, and for me to say, no, he went there, and they accept to release the money to him, and to buy the house. It's not that he didn't buy the house. He bought the house, but he bought it in his name. It's not that he didn't buy the house. He bought it in his name. That was the problem.
Okay, so let's switch the conversation pretty soon to let's just come back home and talk about some stuff. You've spoken about how you still believe you've got a lot to give to Accra, to Ghana football. I remember your days at Accra House of Folk as a football coach. How will you describe those days at Accra House of Folk, and in your coaching career generally? How would you describe it?
No, you don't. Sometimes, you know, people don't follow certain things. You know, and it's about interest. It's about interest. Those who are given even the job to do, there should be priority, especially those of us who are being in football, and we decide to be coaches. And once we perform to the highest level, and we are still in the coaching field, you know, as you said, you know, go and check out my records in House of Folk as a coach. I've been with House of Folk about, if I'm not exaggerating, about 4 times or so. Anytime I come to build the team and put them on the right tracking. And then there is some kulukulu players kulukulu. What is this? A player, going to, you know, in first things to tell because you don't have position, you are losing your position. You have to go and make some kulukulu so that and that is what is even happening in Ghana football. Even at the house, there are people who pay bribe for some players to be filled there.
No, that's quite a big allegation to make.
No, it's not about allegation. I'm not allegating it to anybody. I'm saying that is what is happening.
But if it is happening, it means that someone has done it. That's why
some people are still doing it, and people are. No, it's in the system. You know, it's gone are the days when you are quality player. You know, you can come to a training and they see you. Know. But if I'm not managing today, you know, maybe my chance. You know. I won't give you the chance. You understand?
So do you feel House of Folk leadership they were not fair when they decided to part company with you? Because players are being political. Instead of them to look at the political situation and address it, they rather pointed to the coach as a problem.
Very. Even the CEO, Toby himself, you know, he's a businessman. Before this thing happened, when they relieved me from the position, he was not in town. Before he came, no, they've relieved me. And he asked them, why did they do that? I mean, they are there. They may explain to him because they are in control. And they convinced him. He said, no, they shouldn't have done that. You know, surprisingly, he came to their shareholding meeting and told them that releasing, letting Polo go, no, is not the best thing. But the point is that why didn't he use his, influence to say no? Yes. You know, and today, even if they decide to, I won't coach us again. I have no business with us, folks. It's not that I don't like the team, but as a coach, I have no business with them.
Have they hurt you?
They've hurt me a lot, because you see, House of Force is a team that we die for the team, just like the national team. But in clubs like Kotoko and Haas, these are leading teams. But Kotoko, when there is a player and they want to do that, look at this boy that came, that was part of the team in Qatar. What, something Lamte?
Are you referring to the House of Oak boy,
No,
Daniel Afriye?
No.
Tariq Lamte?
No, not Tariq. The player has Kotoko player is now the captain even.
Richmond Lamte.
Lamte.
That's the African Cup.
Was it not part of those who went to the
African Cup? That's African Cup.
Not African. Is it African?
Yes, that was the African Cup.
It's not part of the.
No, he didn't go to the World Cup. So the World Cup, it was Danlad and Daniel Afriye.
That is what I'm saying. You understand? You see, at a certain point, you need people to talk and get you where you are. Even with all that, whether Lamte or Danlad, going there, if he had maintained himself, he would be at the because it's an opportunity. Going to the World Cup, it galvanizes your spirit. It raises you to a certain level. That's why those who are getting the chance to go and play Africa, when they come playing at home, they are different. Look at the Dreams. Look at what do we call it? Mediama.
Yeah.
You see, that is why even if you are not winning, you must participate, because you are going to getting to another level, and the players there, they are growing. Unfortunately, how many players are playing at the national level, are fitting into the national level? Is it Ghana football? Ghana football shouldn't be like that.
And talking about Ghana football not being like that, I know you spoke about the World Cup, you spoke about the African Cup, so you probably have a very good idea and you continue to follow our national team. How do we regain the mojo that Ghana had competing against the best in the continent? How do we regain that? And people often say that the current generation of players are quite talented, but unfortunately, they are not getting the results.
Yeah, I think we've lost our identity. You see, the football.
How?
Yeah, the explanation of identity is that, you see, you have a style of football that we know Ghanaians they play, the way Ghanaians play football. And how I mean, we have our model of football. If you change it, because of even Brazil, at a point in time they were having they had a problem. You remember when they.
What is Ghana's football model?
Eh?
What is Ghana's football model?
Pardon?
Ghana's football. What is our model?
Our model.
Yes.
It's
What is our style of football?
the brand.
What is our brand of football?
They called it is called agro football.
And how is it played?
It's played as if when you have the ball, you ensure that you don't lose it, and everybody who gets there at that highest level should have the confidence having the ball. You don't lose the ball. It's not necessarily dribbling, no. It's not necessarily
just having the flair and then
exactly, the flair and the artistry the creativity, and the confidence, is always there in players, Ghanaian players, whether you like it or not. They know. Some of us, when it's exceptional. There are players, even today, we have some players, when they pass the ball, even today, but I'm a passer of the ball. When I pass the ball, it's as if, it's tailor measured. We still have players who pass the ball now, but it's just not frequent. You understand? We have players like that, even today. But are they encouraged to play at that highest level? We have a player, one of these players I could see, but he's, I don't know whether it's injury or what. He plays for us. Salifu something.
Okay. Salfi Rhyme.
Yes. Look, I could see, he has some sort of, but some of us are exceptional because there is some guy. But you could see something in him. But was he encouraged to at that highest level? You understand? To the extent that even Ishmael, that Lamte, at a point they have to Kotoko has to work for him to get, to be part of the team that
went to the African.
Went to the African Cup. It's some way of pushing, but Haas doesn't do that. If you don't get yourself there, but nobody, you need a push. But Kotoko does that. You understand?
Yeah.
And that is what we're talking about. But if I have done all this on my own, I've made the Haas team. There is no way you mention Haas without Polo. You understand? There's no way you talk about Haas football history without Polo. But if I am a coach, I become a coach, and I realize that this is how the team looks like, and I'm trying to mold the team, and because of the people's interest, you just squander everything. Look at how House of Folks is struggling. Look at why should I go? Since when that was 2014, somewhere there. We are now in
2024.
2024. How many years now?
10 years.
Why should House of Folks be struggling like that? When some of us are still alive.
But they won the league recently. They won the league about 2 seasons ago.
What?
They won the league about 2 seasons ago.
Master, that is what I'm saying. It's a flash. It's a flash. There are certain things, God doesn't want to discourage us. Then you leave the major, problem there, not tackling it. You think, no.
Is it same with the national team?
It's the same with the national team. Our qualification to the recent one, before that one in Russia, we didn't qualify.
Yeah.
And then the second one, God, because of complacency with Nigerian
team.
Yes. And then they think they can just go fast. We beat them. And at their own back here. And when we went to the World Cup, what happened? We just needed a qualification, draw to qualify to the next stage. And then when we come to AFCON, Cameroon, Comoros, Comoro, and then
Gabon,
Madagascar, the recent one, Madagascar. What is this? Is that where Ghana football has? No. Because we see it's a step. You don't step, up, then you come, down before you want to. No. Because the structures are not there. But to me, Nadia, you see what this, because we don't keep the structures in place, and we don't help the structure to develop, we have a problem. If you keep on changing, there are certain changes, it's not necessary. Some is necessary, but some is not necessary.
What are those that are necessary and those that are not necessary?
The moment you change, and if somebody, took the team to the second position, it means if you give him the chance, you could take the team to
first.
And then another one, and you change him, it's not necessary. Another one, somebody who has won the league, the league, like Bodu has won the league, you take him to the what do we call it? Africa, and then he was swallowing goose. Then you came. You didn't change him. Then you started the league. So it's the consistency, and until omu changing, but omu changing, what have they got the replacement? They should have taken their time. You understand? They should have taken, because I remember the time I left, the late Otto Addo took over to Africa. At that time, I remember. If you come to second, you have to go to Africa. He took them to Africa, and Omutitoy. They didn't stay, they didn't go anywhere at all. Then they when they came to the league, that is where House of Food started nearly going to relegation. How many times House of Food said, Anka call relegation? What is this?
42 years on, Ghana has not won the AFCON. Is that hurtful? Does that pain you that for 42 years Ghana has not won the AFCON?
You see, as part of the history of Ghana football, when Ghana football, or for that matter Black Star, is not performing, we are worried. But some people were saying, Adam, what are we doing? Even though we were hurt in the sense that what do I say? Say even say check obi appearance fee na bono appearance fee and niho mu check obi no more appearance fee ne Blasters, if they are going to play a man appearance fee that this one of these appearance fees we had a problem when we
were in Brazil.
They took the whole country to ransom. That Sikano SM, why should they do it? Why should this happen? It shouldn't have come at all.
So you are not hurt by the fact that 42 years on Ghana has not won the AFCON?
No, I'm not hurt because our attitude, and people don't see, and still encouraging this, because it is these people who have the say to tell us what in the way our football should go, who have no love, who hold the country to ransom. Like you see terrorists, when they want money, they go and see something and say, if you don't bring money, I won't release you. Is that the sort of people that are going to lead us?
So we have terrorists.
Exactly. We have to understand that. You see, and
no. Do we have terrorists as players, or we have terrorists as managers of our football?
We've seen all. We have to understand where we are coming and accept it. You see, if you don't sacrifice and you want to enjoy, more time, there is no doubt about that. But sacrifice a little and enjoy it. Nobody will take it from you. The money that is being shared. Have you heard somebody go and hold somebody at his house and say, look, the money that is not supposed to bring it, otherwise I will kill you? What is that? Nobody has done anything. But what will make the people happy? You are not doing it, and continue, saving the money that that needs to be used in some development stages. Look, I'm still worried about football development. I'm still investing where I'm not making any money, but the little that I'm investing, I want to invest into the youth.
It appears there are many things that hurt you.
It hurts. Not that, you see, I'm not worried though. Some lives, there are tests in life. But you don't give up. Unless you die, you are dead. Off. You cannot do it. You are incapable. You can't do anything. Finish. But once you are able to do that, you have to listen to somebody. You will never do anything. If you want to look at somebody, my friend, do it. That is how God created human beings. But our side of life, suppress him. But there are some people too who are ready to listen and support you. But sometimes if you don't go to them, they don't know what is happening to you. But this you know, maybe some people will be interested to listen to what I'm saying, and they will know that. I remember one of the
GFA.
GTV series.
Yeah, okay.
And they asked me a question. I said, I'm prepared even to sell what I've to invest in the youth football.
You have properties you'll be willing to sell?
Pardon?
You have properties you'll be willing to sell and invest in football?
Yes. Now, I have properties that I'm willing to sell. And what do I do with the properties? I have some houses. I have some lands. What do I do with them? I have to release them and do, you know, the important one that are necessary. Otherwise, it will stay there. You know, if you are not lucky.
But you have your family that would take.
My family. Yeah. I have at least I have enough that will cater.
Would cater for them.
You cater for them.
Okay.
And then the important thing is to give them the education where they also grow. Maybe what is there, no, they don't like it. They may need to, you know.
No, they like it.
Look, you see, I have I built this mosque. You and this is my house. So if I'm not more in this world, they may need to get, and they have
They may even decide to build a house in place of the mosque.
Exactly, but no, this one they know.
It is not part.
It's not part. This one there is meant for mosque. But the house in India, whatever they want to do with it, you know, that is up to them. It's not a problem.
Okay. Mohammed Polo, the dribbling magician, the scientific footballer. Is it scientific footballer, right? Is it scientific footballer, right?
You mention everything. Because it's part of it. Because if you can visualize something, these are how scientists they see things. They see a human being, and they keep on experimenting
and evolve,
and they got it.
Yeah.
And that is how we are. Some of us are in football. We experiment it and we get what we want, and that is that is how we have to advance. That is why I'm worried about where we start our football has done. No, these younger ones, they need that sort of improvisation. And that if you improvise it, and what do we do? Practice is perfection.
Yeah.
Practice is perfection. Nothing more than that. Everything you do in life is perfection. Those who build planes, who build what do we call it? Ships and they build it, cars and when they build them, they want to modernize it. They work with the even that one. No,
we can't even do it.
We can't even do it. When some people are doing them, they want to modernize it. Please, it's very, very important. This world is there. It's a stage. Now, if you don't do your part and you go, you get regret. And even there are certain things, if you don't give it out, what God has given you, and people are suffering. Look, our football are suffering. As for coaching, there, Obia a coach. Obia bet to me a coach. But who a coach here, you can't advance the team. Today, Zito can hit his chest that we're advancing team to
the semi-final.
To the semi-final because others could not do that. You understand? And if through that, Nisib in the HRS, what to me, we can advance him to the highest level of blast level. You're better advancing, you're better progressing. But who are one, you haven't even gone that area. Now you say, oh yeah. And yeah, then I say.
This one, are you suggesting Otto Addo was
Please, I didn't mention Otto Addo.
Okay.
I didn't mention Otto Addo.
But
there are players.
He's clearly the point of conversation. Where many people have suggested that Otto was never ready to be appointed Black Stars coach.
He was not even ready. He was not even. He was being forced to the job. Those who are ready, give it to them. Give it to them. The guy came here and he told you point blank he has a job. You understand? He has a job, and you say, "Oh, please come and do that." As if without him, Obian to me, yes. What is this? He came fine. He qualified to just one match.
Two matches.
No, one match.
Because it's the same opposition.
It's the same match. One match. It's one match. He qualified to the World Cup. Fine. Look at the work that Siki did. Siki Anyajuma. CK doesn't mean to be encouraged. We don't have that quality coaches. So if somebody has come up small, we have to encourage that person. Why are we backsliding because mempe was him? They are open was what you're trying to do. Let's go and try him. And Kokura, nobody loses. Yam for Obian Cote. Are we going to be downtrodden? You're trotting at one point, sir. Move. No, we have to move forward, especially where Ghana football has been. For you you should advance it. You understand? That's why I'm saying. Zito say today he wants to coach us. He has done something. You see, he has done something that other coaches don't. And that is how we advance, so that others too will look at it, and then we advance. Then your coaches, you can fall on anyone you want. But say we are, looking on some people who are not even ready to do it. Or when they do, when they say when they do, and they inquire, God, that is why even these European coaches, when you bring and call here, what can you do? But they say Ghanaian or Yedumanaka, that blemish, is there. What Philly say, he wants to, do something. He wants to do something, and yes, we are not saying, but somebody who is not even ready, move for sooner. To say you know, some of us are we no coaches. Me po me kata young mommy coaches. At least me coaching field, say me nyekura. What I've done in Ghana football deserve to be given even at the national team. And nyekura even under 17. Ne. One say Oma jump. I'm not if Nkolano Omo yedi ejumana ma. If they can do it and advance it, we don't have any worry. It's a chance. But was it done on merit? Fine. If it's not done on merit, then we have a problem. And but you cannot change anything. But then we cannot be trotting at one side. Some of us, 2009, I'm talking about 2009, when Satellite won the World Cup. That was Salasete. Kobisa Salasete. Now, my coach sister, I went around and picked these boys and formed the Polo Academy. Before they last, before they won the World Cup, luckily I don't know who arranged it. Say, last match, come and see, my friend. That was the refurbished pre-sec at that time. Omar refurbished. Yeah. That is where we played. Come and see football. At that time, in Kumnumu,
Rabiu Mohammed,
all this quality, they all play at they all moved to, only some few did not move to the
World Cup. The World Cup.
The World Cup, and then the
Black Cup. Of them went to the World Cup.
Yes, World Cup. You don't move boy. Move boy. These are kids, and I brought them. We played, it was a co-equal match, and they went there. They won it. They won it with Brazil, and that was on penalty. Ajimam. It's a country that have a vision. Ball last, and where are they coming from? No, you're brushing BPR. No, and I mean, what is it? I mean, I'm not saying, but people with vision, that is what they do, because people look at certain things. Oh, name said that, but they look at certain things and think
foresight.
That exactly, and see where are they coming from? How did they come to that level, and even match this well prepared team who has gone there to win the World Cup.
But have you upgraded yourself in terms of your coaching? So when the FA goes like,
Masa, what is upgrading? What is upgrading? Sure. If you are qualified, it's your practice that upgrades you. And yet, those who they give me They give them doctor degree. Omu coach course. Omu ye juma. Omu advance. Na ya ma omu that sort of that we know. Omu juma. If you work, and then they give you that title. Title, no, a title. But if you are good in the job that you are doing, you keep on practicing. That is where we have.
But have you been practicing?
Oh, Master, Sisia, even what I'm doing, men practice because getting a field in Ghana here, no, Sisia, this is what we are. I have a field. I did the field myself. You know the field where I did the field? At Legon. Legon, where Abedi Pele's Nania.
Yes.
There is a field there. Now it is given to, that field is being used by some, this.
Is that what has been used for the Ghana rugby?
No.
For a rugby pitch?
The one that is now is being used by Keep It. There is a field there that is being used.
Okay, yeah.
You see the field? I did it with my money. My money, from scratch. At that time, I was coaching a university team. I took them to Togo. Then they say, oh, that place, it was Bush and almost say, oh, that place is Yema for field for development of fields. Because I was they are coaching, they say, oh, it's so I took it and developed it. And documentation.
Did they pay you back your money?
No. I was investing to use the place. Unfortunately, no. I got a Kaneshi complex.
Yeah.
And Kaneshi, when COVID came, no, and then they stopped us from training there because they want to refurbish the place.
Yes.
I went back to the university. They told me it has been given to some people who have now even beer bar people who omuko jani brea now omuko tenasi and numunsa. Now they are telling me that there is some those fields there. There are some 2 fields there. I asked Parkaby.
Yeah.
They can rent it to me. Me say me rent it. I've invested money into this one. You give me some days to train my boys, you know. Most of me rent it. Now, I've got a place at Amasamai, a GOC stadium. Man, they built a very, stadium there, and that place too is hard. It's grassless. Now, hard. How can we use this? I decided no. I have to, grass the whole place. You can imagine. I'm investing in grassing the place. You see, I don't have the passion, I don't have the vision, will I be wasting my time? It's something that I have. That is what I have. And something that is going to help even Ghana and Yemen. The players that I'm going to develop, me develop players here. Media. One of my boys is this Shafiu.
Is a former Kotoko player?
Former Kotoko player. It's one of my academy boys.
Wow.
When he came back, he came back to Kotoko.
Yeah, recently.
And had a
yeah.
It's my boy. Peswa Manye was. Peswa. I give this boy out to Inter-Allies.
Yes.
I give it out. Inter-Allies, when you are releasing the boy, get the ball back to me. Yes, sir. He won't give it to Chips of Aqualano, Echo Kotoko. Me who say Oboko, say, Aqualano, Medio, Chips, what is happening? Chips say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But Kotoko has not given me anything. Outside. Or ball outside. How many years he went there? He went there about 4 or 5 years.
So you got absolutely nothing?
Absolutely nothing.
For the investment you made in the ball?
Master, the investment I made in the and this boy came back. Who chips are? I told even the PFAG.
General Secretary.
I called him and told him, look, this is what chiefs have. Me person, you see, I'm a better manager, but say bibi hamia. You me donya me say me friend me say nyame dimas and mame. Me nkasa me say o bibia o. Me say o bibia, but dimas and mame. Ade, ahin na obe mame. One say Akwala no, he came back to Kotokono. They had a problem when he went on medicals. They said they have problem with him. Honestly, one can't quite. Over catch red chips as a baby Aufino. Now, I have some other players like that who have in Europe the same thing. But you know, it's my passion. It is what God has given me to do. To give it out. So me benya there, me benya. You work, but I think my right in there. It's my right. Seka krapua. It's okay, but there be kura. Is it fair? Na muti hona you think Ghana Africa? Enu na make no. Ghana football no obi anye Ghana football fee, but because of the this ewu, sisi a wule ko ewu. Sisi a na ye bisa na na asem ye pese na the way we hear whether he was sick or whatever, nobody knew. But as legend no there, at least they should know what is happening. They should say Yanka Ghana, so but football, those who are running football, they should have a data and be checking on everybody. Some of us say Nkasasa, some people, if they don't hear you, no, they think because. But if you talk, people say, "Hey, this man is still around." You see, that is what Ghana, you know, Obiawo Nejuma oye. Ghana football no. Yankase omunye jo. They are doing their work. But I don't know. I say I check and yet.
Okay. So we need to provide solutions because, according to Mohammed Polo, it's been a major problem for many years. It didn't start today. Thank you very much for joining us for Prime Take. I am Muftau Nabila Abdullah. Continue to enjoy the rest of our programs.